they are normally full of a room full of men between the ages of 50 and 60 in dark, ill-fitting suits. I didn't look that way, as I say. Totally accidental. That is a perfectly fitting suit, as you would expect, no less.
Not 50.
And not 50, yes. Not 50 yet. How about that? So it's wonderful to have a different crowd here today, and it's wonderful to welcome you all to Cottingley at the start of what I know is going to be a very busy. They're going to work you really hard, I think, in Pondicherry when you go down. I hope you'll have a nice glass of wine to help you drift off and have a little sleep on the 3-hour journey. Although Friday afternoon might be a bit longer than 3 hours through the Chennai traffic. And well done for visiting Chennai through the cool season. I think it's pretty hot in May. For anyone who's here for the first time, you might think it's impossible to get hotter, but believe me, it does. You'll feel it's actually really hot by Monday. The temperature goes up quickly. So well done for going at this time of year. It's particular thanks to Sruti and Sriram for organising this, to Caroline, coming to India for the first time and choosing Chennai to be the city that she came to for the first time, and to the team from the India network here, Department of Business and Trade, Foreign Office. Maybe put your hands up, my colleagues who are here, who've helped to organise this. Thank you very much for putting this together. We know that the next few days of panel discussions and workshops and networking are hopefully going to be very fruitful. We know that UK and Indian businesses like yours are already working hard to transform the creative industries from linear to circular by reducing CO2 emissions and the impact of all of our industries on nature and biodiversity. And we've got some great examples already in this room of companies that have been doing that for a number of years. And so I hope that this weekend is a chance to take that forward even further. So I won't say much more than that. But I think we're going to hand over. Who's going to talk first? Is it you, Sriram? Or Caroline?
I don't mind.
Okay, well, why don't we let Caroline speak last, because I think the best dressed person should always speak last to finish us off with a bang. So thank you very much everyone for coming. Make yourselves at home in this house for as long as the British government allow us to keep it. Where we've managed to do a good job so far. This house is about 110, 120 years old, never exactly. And this used to be in an area of the Botanic Gardens of Chennai. Anderson Road is the name of the road. And John Anderson was sort of the accountant for the Madras presidency, but also someone who set up the Botanic Gardens. And it was Andersons who set up Botanic Gardens, I think, in Calcutta and Kalimpong as well. So there's a bit of history here. And so we're delighted that you are here to be part of that history. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
One of my observations was that these tall people are very good looking. I've floated in averages all my life, average height, average intelligence. So I'm now called Sruti's father as you go. So it's nice to be part of the averages. So, Deputy High Commissioner, I'm so pleased that we are here. I've been here many times, as I told you. I've been coming here for 20 odd years. And it's always really a great pleasure for me as a British taxpayer that I have some of your wine, some of your food, and I get back some of the taxes that I pay. So I'm not ashamed of being intimidated, and I have requested you to put me back on the mailing list so I can get back more of my taxes. Look, I'm very sorry you're going to be leaving in October, but before that, I'm sure you'll come on to Pondicherry and visit our factory. All of you, thank you very much. It's been such an amazing few weeks of journey because you all come from various parts, from Hong Kong, from Delhi, from London, from Bangalore, from Ahmedabad. I don't know how many places, but I want to say that thank you to cities because then I hope I don't offend somebody at one time because I've covered also, yeah, there is another place that we have to cover, it's Kuwait, where we've got a very important guest with us. So I've covered Hong Kong, London, Dubai, Kuwait, Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, Ahmedabad. So all of you are here, and it's amazing because today we are talking finally. In fact, the king used to talk about sustainability all the time. Nobody took him seriously. It was constantly, as Prince Charles, he always talked about, nature sustainability. And we all talked about sustainability. And, I'm so proud and privileged that my business, Ballhatchet and Supreme Creations, got involved in sustainability many years ago. And we reduced over 30 billion plastic bags over the years. And now it's become quite fashionable to use sustainable packaging. And we have constantly evolved, constantly trying to change people's behavior. Because how do you change somebody's behavior if they're getting a plastic bag? And even now, I sometimes forget to take a reusable bag in my car. And it's a constant battle to change somebody's behavior. But that's what we've been doing. And one of the ways we've done, which I'm very grateful for Caroline Rush, she's the CEO of British Fashion Council. We've used design in our packaging, and she's been very kind and generous to get a lot of top designers into what we do. I'll tell you a little story of how this happened. A few weeks ago, Caroline, I, and Steve were at London Heathrow, Terminal 5. And that was Angela Ferrugia, who's here, who had crafted this new gen program, which is a new generation of British designers celebrating 30 years. And they designed some wonderful products. And it was so amazing to see the whole of Heathrow, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of television screens championing these designers. And they were talking about how wonderful these designers had produced. And there was an activation that happened, and my company was part of it. So we finished that activation, and we had this beautiful Jamila, who is from the British trade, DBT as we call it, Department for Business and Trade. And we sat in a coffee shop just outside, didn't we? And she was so impressed. She said, look, we've got to do a trade mission. And my daughter's, she's taken half after me, and that's the half madness of her. And she said to me, look, I'm going to get Caroline on this. And then she called up Caroline. Caroline says, yes, but I can't do, these are the dates which I can't do. And so it's Caroline's fault that we had to do it. So she had given us a date, and she said, that's the date we're going to do. So we had to pack all this in just a few days, few weeks. Jamila told me that normally trade missions are done over months and months and months, and both of them cooked up this. And so I'm grateful to all of you for coming so quickly. And what we're going to do is to go to the factory and actually have serious discussion. So the hard work starts tomorrow. Now, seeing is believing, as we all say, and when you see things, businesses, and you'll be having interaction, not just about my business, but other businesses. Because for 25 years, as I said, we've been doing this, and we've been constantly iterating what we do. We introduce fashion, we introduce reusability and everything, in not just textiles, but also bottles and cups and coffee cups, and a lot of things that we produce in-house in our Pondicherry factory. And we work with some of the biggest brands in the world. We work with Christian Dior, we work with Chanel, we work with a number of European brands. But most importantly, we also work with large retailers in the UK, which is Tesco's, John Lewis, Sainsbury's, and hopefully we'll be working with the Al Shire Group also, who are here. And we also work with lots of palaces, the Buckingham Palace, the Royal and Sofia. I've been given all these names by my daughter, so I just want to get it right. So many of these brands are working with us, and we hope that during this trip you'll have more networking done. I just would also finish off by saying my connection with the British High Commission moved back about 25 years. In 2008, when we extended the factory, the British High Commissioner, Sir Richard Stagg, at that time, came to inaugurate the factory, and he spent a good weekend with us. So thank you, Deputy High Commissioner. I know how important India and UK are in terms of trade, and we're still talking about a trade deal when it happens, but we have a lot to offer from India. I'm Indian, but I've lived in the UK pretty much most of my working life. So thank you all, and I hope all the British delegation has a lot of wine. We won't deserve to use our taxpayers. And then we can go back to Pondicherry with Mary. Let's have a run.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dr. Sri. So I'm going to set the record straight. We indeed were in Heathrow, and we had this fantastic programme that we had worked with Bags of Ethics on to support the New Gen programme, which is about supporting independent, small, highly creative designer businesses to get a platform at London Fashion Week. It was 30 years last year. And I'd say it's probably our second significant project that we had done with Bags of Ethics and Supreme Creations, and it was fantastic. But what actually happened was Sri and Smriti said, it's about time. You really have to come to India. You've got to come and see the factory. Will you come? And I said, of course, I would love to come. The diary's really busy, so I'm going to send you some days. Little did I know in the background, they'd been plotting and planning for a whole trade mission, so now I feel really guilty that I've co-hosted all this with a 10-day hustle to get everybody here. But I think it's testament to the determination of these two. And of course, Shamira and DBT, and the team here, of course, as well, in Chennai, that they can make that happen. And I think that it is the goodwill and fondness as well of you as individuals and businesses is why we're all here to see the incredible facility that you have in Pondicherry, and can't wait to do that. When we first started working, well actually it was a few years in, but sort of the most significant programme we'd worked with these guys on was at the beginning of the pandemic, when these two, who are two individuals with great purpose, came and said, we would really like to make a difference. We would like to help you to support young designers through this time, and we think we know how to do it. And they helped create these face masks that everybody, I tell you, in the UK still has in their bottom drawer, ready to go in case we need them. That were sold in Sainsbury's and WH Smith's, and I think every retailer within the UK who took them. And we raised a significant amount of money for our foundation, and that supported many young designer businesses to still be in business today. So I feel like I owe you everything, because without that support, I think is that the British fashion industry would be in a very different place today. So getting quite emotional thinking about it, must be jet lag. But I'm incredibly excited about spending time with all of you over the next 24, 48 hours and talking about sustainability, because that is a programme that I really push at the British Fashion Council to think about how businesses can prepare for the future, how we can take responsibility for the impact that we've had on this planet in an industry that we all really love. So I'm really looking forward to sharing ideas, to sharing the programmes that we have through our Institute of Positive Fashion, and sharing the knowledge that we've garnered over the last few years with you, but equally to hear from you around the opportunities there are to collaborate. And I think collaboration is key, as Dr. Sri said, is that there's lots of talks about a trade deal between the UK and India. And we would all very much love to see it happen, because there is so much synergy between our two countries, and there is so much opportunity to collaborate, and we really look forward to working with you all. Thank you so much for hosting us, you and your team hosting us here today. And I would encourage you all to have a large glass of wine. Thank you so much.
let's get on the coach because dinner is ready on the other side. It's a long drive.